Yeah, basically that's what I'm doing. We have a surgery, it's based in Bella Bella. We also running casualty department at Polyclinic or St. Vincent Private Hospital. My company is the one who's running casualty. We also did write my book about my personal life, From Ghetto to Doctor. Mic check. Seems I mustn't move, ne? Yeah, so we also wrote the book about my journey from ghetto to doctorpreneur. Just like the book says, I didn't come into this world with all these titles that I'm telling you about. My journey started in the ghetto. Where I grew up is, I grew up in a ghetto in Namibia, in my small town. We call it Rundu, and the ghetto is called Kehemu. So it's where, during those times of apartheid, there's separation, there's level. So our level was the level down, down, down. So we used to fetch water from the main street. There was no water in our houses. There was no electricity. We had to use candles. We had to cook on fire or stones outside. Not only that, we used to live in zinc houses. So I actually know what it feels like to live in a zinc house. When it's raining, it's pouring, and sometimes you have to put buckets so that that water can just collect in those buckets. Not only that, when it's hot, it's extra hot. So I do know how it feels like to live in a I do know how it feels. So I was born, and I'm the second born in my family. I have a big brother and a small sister. And my journey, I don't remember much. I just remember that there was a certain time whereby I call it a happy time because my mom was still alive. I had my father. We had our own challenges in the family, but I think what really got to me was my mom got sick, and in that process of being sick, she kept on saying, my daughter, and I didn't understand what she meant, and she kept on telling me that, you know what, when I get better, we're gonna work on, making you guys be the best. You're just gonna be everything that I want you to be, and I'm going to make sure that you have the best life. And I was still young, I didn't understand, and somewhere in 1994, she got sick, and they took us to the hospital, and they prepared us, and they say, come and say goodbye to your mom. As a young child, it's very painful. It seemed like that dream was running away from me. When I think about it and I say, there I was, and the only hope that I had is being taken away from me. And I asked, God, why are you doing this to me? The only person that said life will get better, you are taking them away from me. And we said our goodbyes, and she passed away. And that was the beginning of my suffering. Because as young as I was, I think I was about 9 or 10 years old, I had to grow up. I had to show that I'm not only the second born, I had to be a mother to my young sister. I had to be a mother in my family. I had to look for work, and I didn't understand, why am I looking for work, and I have grandma, but she's suffering. She can't even afford much, but I had to look for work so that at least when I have school holidays, that 100 rand that I'm getting, at least it can buy food in our house. I didn't have time to party, because if I party, who's going to take care of my grandmother? If I party, who is going to help my family? because everybody else turned their eyes on us. Nobody wanted to be connected and linked to my family. And I say, as hard as it is, I don't know, God, why you put me through this, but I know there's a reason. So I decided to fight. And I fought so that one day I can be the hope in my family. And the fighting became in the form, I thought, maybe if I study hard, as much as it's tough, if I put my dedication on my books, maybe one day I will be able to afford a lifestyle for myself and also for my family. So it meant I had to abandon boyfriends. So they will come and propose. I will say yes, but tomorrow I remember, oh my God, what did I just do? And I remember, sorry. And I remember at home, we are suffering. If I allow this boyfriend to come and sleep with me, tomorrow I get a baby. I'm still gonna stay in a shack. My children will still be in a shack. Do I want that future for myself? Do I want that future for my future children? And I say no. No matter what, even if I also feel like maybe I'm getting left behind, I need to fight so that I know my children and my family will be in a better place. So I packed up and then I started to study hard. And then in that process, sorry, excuse me. The flu makes it worse. So in that process, I told myself I have to now grow up and take care of my family. So I started to study very hard, and I became top in my high school, and I decided to apply to one of the schools in my town. So I went to the best school, but when I applied, remember, I'm coming from a poor family. I didn't know what I was thinking. I just saw everyone applying, and I'm telling myself, since they say I'm in the top 10, I'm also gonna put my name there. So I made it. They accepted me. I went to the high school, but because where I come from, I don't have much. It was the first time that when grandma sent me, we didn't even think of where I was going. I just packed my clothes in a plastic bag and I went. And then when I arrived there, and I'm looking around and I'm seeing people coming in cars, suitcases, and all these expensive things. And I didn't even have a vase lap. I didn't even have a toothbrush, because at home, we used to have one bar soap that the whole family will share. And those things that you use for oranges, we used to use them in order to wash ourselves. So grandma will use, then I will use, sister will use, brother will use. We can't afford anything. So now I'm going to school and I'm like, asking the girl next, I'm like, can I borrow your, that red thing so that I can use it? And the lady says, no, we don't share things. And reality hit me that, what? Unfortunately, I will be birthing without any face cloth. I don't have a toothbrush. But I'm not going to give my grandma a hard time because I know where I come from. Grandma is so poor. If I'm going to ask her to buy me a toothbrush, it's like she's sacrificing the meal for the day. If I'm going to ask her to say, buy me a face cloth, then they won't be eating. So I just went with the flow. When I don't have, I don't have.